Olúṣẹ́gun Àlàdé Olúládé o eléníyàn o ọmọ adáṣọ bí ẹni jogún ọlá o ọmọ bá òrìgún a ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹbọ bá ò rákàlà a ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣòro àbárí wọlé wọlé ẹni a ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé kọba eléníyàn ìwọ lọmọ ẹlẹ́yìn kùlé àdéwúre òòṣà òkè jẹ́ làbí onílé yìí ọmọ onílé káyà káyọ ni ọmọ èjì ló mọ pẹ́ nìkan wà àbínú ọjà lára dé ní Olúṣẹ́gun Àlàdé Olúládé ara òní ká ọ́ nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan ọkọ̀ mọ́súnmọ́lá òní kàbùkù káfíná kan náà ò pé kí lọ́ kú bó ṣe ṣoore lòun òòrò eléníyàn náà ré o náà ré o náà ré o ẹ̀bùn ó wìtìwìtì.
Service is a privilege and honor. I am what I have become because I enjoyed the pleasure of representation given to me by the people to speak for them. Leadership is nothing but a service.
For me, I'm of the opinion that the institution called the legislature has always been backward over the years because of where we are all coming from, because of the military incursion into our governance. And that has really affected a lot of things. And that is why we must differentiate between individualism and institutionalism. And that is what we are doing today. I salute the courage of this house, and I want to lay my voice to it that the immunity clause should be sustained and be extended to the other hands of government.
Kind, affable, gentle, friendly, easygoing, active, intelligent, hardworking, a great team player, popular, and above all God-fearing. These and many others are the ways friends, colleagues, family, staff and associates have described Honourable Segun Olulade.
Majority of these lawmakers, some of them might not be here, I mean generally, immediately you vote for them, immediately they come, they emerge, they disappear from the constituents. You don't see them again until it is time for re-election. But his wasn't like that. He was always there with his constituents.
He's a grassroots person. On the floor of the house, give it to him. He was very young and he demonstrated that vibrancy. You could see that vibrancy in him. When he talks, whenever he talks on the floor of the house, he always make a valuable contributions.
I will describe Honourable Segun Olulade as a lawmaker that is friendly, amiable, and quite accessible. Honourable Segun Olulade represents a man that stands for the interests of Ekpe people, especially Ekpe constituency 2.
It was one of the most vibrant legislators of the 7th Assembly. He's a good mixer. He mixes with both the young and the old, and you will be surprised that he was one of my best friends in the house. He's a problem solver. He believes in research. He does not take politics as politics, he takes it as business. In fact, I don't know if politics is a question of profit and loss. I don't know whether he has gained, because he spends so much on the constituency, spends so much on the youths, and at a point in time he forgot himself that he's just a mere legislator. He was operating like a government, full government.
Times will go, moments will phase out, periods will lapse, but history will never cease to reckon with great achievements of the people. The Ekpe constituency too will forever be proud of their illustrious son, a groundbreaker, the first to represent them 2 terms back to back, courtesy of his impeccable performance.
Kò sí bá ṣe lè ṣètò, kò sí béèyàn ṣe lè rìn, kò rí ẹ̀ má mi. Lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ó gbìyànjú ní kéèyàn dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. He's a brilliant boy, very very brilliant. Ọmọọṣẹ́ níṣẹ́, ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ nìkan kì í ṣe bench warmer at all. Ìyẹn fún èmi as a person ní ìwúrí pé ẹni tá a rán lọ yẹn kọ́ ó kójú wọn, ó mọ nǹkan tó wá ṣe ní house, ó dẹ̀ try káàkiri. There is no doubt about that. So lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ó ṣe dáadáa.
He has been performing very very well, very perfectly. He represented us very well. For that 8 years, it's hardly somebody can say something bad about Segun Olulade. Although nobody is perfect, as far as I'm concerned, and most of our colleagues of us, hardly they can say something bad about Segun Olulade. Very accommodating.
Honourable Olusegun onírẹ̀lẹ̀ ni, kò ní ìgbéraga rárá. He is a very humble politician. Kò ní ìgbéraga tó dẹ̀ tẹríba fún gbogbo àwọn political leaders yẹn. Kò wo ẹnìkan pé bóyá òun jù lọ àbí kíní kan, gbogbo ó máa respect gbogbo àwọn followers yẹn.
Olulade had been a good member to those of us from home, and those in the assembly had been able to discover him as a very good talent, a team player, a highly disciplined member when we are counting those who have represented us in the past. And we are not disappointed in his ability and performance.
First, he was the Chairman House Committee on Information, Publicity, Security and Strategy. Later, he became the Chairman House Committee on Health Services and members of several other committees of the House. Speaking of his legislative achievements, his first time in office during the 7th Assembly ushered in uncommon transformation in the image making and image management of the institution. Through legislative instruments, he ensured overhauling of the Lagos State Printing Corporation, digitization of state-owned television and radio stations. He was also instrumental in bringing to bear the legislation of the emergency numbers 767 and 112 by the Lagos State government. He moved motions for immortalization of the late Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti, which brought about the establishment of Fela's Museum by the Lagos State government. As a man of many firsts, he was the first lawmaker to move motion in indigenous language, not only in Lagos Assembly but across Nigeria.
Ilé ìfẹnukò láti pe ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó láti pàṣẹ fún mínísírì tó ń rí sí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó láti rí dájú pé wọ́n sì ń kọ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní èdè abínibí ní àwọn iléèwé alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ àti sẹ́kọ́ndírì ti ìjọba àti iléèwé aládàáni gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ tí ó pọn dandan fún akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà ti kọ̀rọ̀kúlọ̀mù ètò ẹ̀kọ́ alábọ́dé làwọn.
He introduced civil society parley with the assembly, which became a public engagement move that later became institutionalized program of the Lagos Assembly. Under his purview, the official magazine of the House, The Legislator, assumed a world-class standard publication. In the 8th Assembly, Honourable Segun Olulade, as Chairman House Committee on Health, worked tirelessly on the Cancer Institution Bill, sponsored by Right Honourable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, Speaker Lagos State House of Assembly, that is now a law in Lagos State. He legislated on the establishment of Lagos State School of Nursing, health insurance scheme, and overhauling of the public hospitals in the state as his oversight functions. He was so thorough on the transformation of the health sector that earned him the honorary doctorate title. Dr. Segun Olulade, as commonly addressed by medical experts across the state. A student of the school of thought of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his revered leader and national leader of his party, the All Progressives Congress APC, Honourable Olulade owns an impeccable political ideology characterized by sportsmanship, doggedness, loyalty, generosity, and he eschews bigotry and hates even other instance of an opposition. He believes that politics is a game of interest whereby a teammate today can become an opponent tomorrow, but not necessarily an enemy. A fine gentleman, but astute and thoroughbred politician, public analyst, opinion molder, influencer, strategist, and core member of the Progressives family in the country. Honourable Olulade is a frontliner and an embodiment of peace and tolerance even in the pinnacle of political heat. A friend to all and enemy to none.
He's a valued colleague. There are two ways you can represent people. You can represent people and your contribution will be lighter like a feather. At the same time, you can as well represent the people and your contribution will be weightier like Mountain Kilimanjaro. To represent the people and your contribution is as weighty as Mountain Kilimanjaro shows that you are true representation of the people. And I think this what an average legislator should keep on.
Is our next legislator par excellence. He knows his onion, he knows his targets, and he goes straight for it. He's very friendly. He's a smart guy. That you can't rule that out. He's a smart guy, very smart guy. You understand? But he's one of those legislators that you can be proud of, and he's been impacting positively on the life of our people, and he contributes meaningfully on the floor of the house. He's not one of those legislators who absent themselves from sitting. He's somebody you can trust. You understand? When you entrust him with power, he's somebody who will deliver, and put him in any position, he will turn things around.
During our time, 7th Assembly, Segun Olulade was a very good legislative officer who happened to know his official responsibility. He represented his constituency very well. By and large, Honourable Segun Olulade is a very pleasant person, lovely person with all adoration.
Honourable Segun Olulade is an outstanding politician and a leader. He gives feedback to the people of Ekpe constituency periodically, and trust me, everything that is given account about are true, they are verifiable, and they are enormous to show that we have sent someone to the assembly who has gone there to work. And there is a lot of street credibility. The people love him because of the good work he's been able to do.
Constituency 2 yìí wọ́n ti produce the House of Assembly to better to Olulade. Láti ìgbà tá a ti mú House of Assembly wá kò tí ì sí. He is a grassroots man, ẹni tó ń fara polẹ̀ ni fún ará ìlú ni. Ó dẹ̀ represent wa dáadáa, àìmọye nǹkan ló ṣe àtọmọdé àtàgbà nínú constituency wa yìí. Apart from constituency 2, I can say in the whole Lagos state entirely, kò síbi tó Olulade dé tẹ́ ní mọ̀ pé èèyàn wọ̀ bẹ̀. So ìyẹn fi hàn wá wípé ẹni tó dá nílé tó dẹ̀ tó dá lájò ni.
The dynamism of his political followership led to emergence of well-organized groups in Ekpe, classified on the basis of associations and roles in the formation of Elenia professional ambassadors, Sisi Elenia, Bobo Elenia, Momsi Elenia, Padi Elenia, and many other support groups, all working for actualization of the vision of their mentor, leader, representative, and philanthropist, Honourable Olusegun Olulade. Unarguably, he parades one of the most organic followers that have become members of his dynasty and school of thought.
I know Honourable Olulade to be a very intelligent person, very caring, and very friendly. And I see Honourable Segun Olulade again as a giver to the core. He is a giver.
Honourable Segun Olulade has never been found wanting at the Lagos State House of Assembly ever since inception in office since 2011.
Gbogbo la mọ̀ wípé Segun Olulade eléyìí orúkọ ẹ̀ tó ń pè yẹn orúkọ yẹn rò nítorí pé èèyàn tó wà accessible ni, kò sígbà tó pé Olulade tí ò ní gbé fóònù, kò dẹ̀ sígbà tó lọ bá fún kankan tí ò bá ní ṣe nǹkan yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ tó bá sọ pé kó máa ṣe ń jọba believe it or take it, he's going to do it. So mo dẹ̀ feel pé ká tó rí orú Olulade ní Lagos State Assembly, well kò ń ṣe kú tí kú kò ń ṣe tààrùn, ó máa pẹ́ nítorí pé òun ti set pace fún anybody tó bá ń bọ̀ wípé Lagos State Assembly ń kọ́ o, Moscow níbẹ̀ o, kò hàn kí ń ṣeré níbẹ̀.
A man of the people, cheerful giver, comrade and people's choice, Honourable Olulade touched lives of the people, not just in his constituency, but across the state. He recorded hundreds of goodwill acts, among which are free medical eye examinations and treatments, dental care program, care for the orphanage and widows. With a vision to ensure access to education by the needy, he single-handedly employed supplementary teachers in selected schools within his constituency and put them on his personal payroll. He sank boreholes in each of the 11 wards that constitute Ekpe Constituency 2. He established a Lenio Ambassadors, an association of young students, many of who are beneficiaries of his educational scholarships on annual basis. This has become an annual event in which 324 pupils from all the 36 primary schools in Ekpe Constituency 2 gather in his country home in Ejiri and are hosted to a luncheon. This set of pupils are those who came first, second and third positions overall in primary 4, 5 and 6. Apart from having lunch with them, they are also given gift items ranging from school bags, writing materials and also an encouragement letter personally signed by the Honourable.
Honourable Segun Olulade, èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé wọn mọ tara wọn nìkan, wọ́n believe pé àwọn à ń bẹ Ọlọ́run tí wọ́n kọ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tí wọ́n lágbára láti ra níṣẹ́ tí wọ́n lágbára láti ní shop, a lot of things ni wọ́n ṣe torí each time tá bá ti pè wọ́n láti bá wọn ṣe meeting gbogbo nǹkan tágbára wọn ká òun ló máa ṣe fún wa. Òun ló fà á nígbà tá a rí akitiyan wọn bó ṣe ń ṣe déédéé sí tá a fi wọ́n ṣe patron artisan ní Erédò, so kò dẹ̀ sígbà tá a nídìí wọn tẹ́yà adé ọ̀dọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n welcome wa, so a sì gbàgbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú ibi tó ṣì bá dé yìí ibi gíga ṣe láyé wọ́n sì máa tẹ̀síwájú sí nítorí pé a ṣì ní ìdúró wọn láwùjọ torí aláàánú wọn mẹ̀kúnnù ni wọ́n, gbogbo ìgbà tá bá nídìí wọn la máa ń rí wọn.
Nǹkan tó ṣe fún àwa ó pọ̀ gan, àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí hairdresser, àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, Honourable Olulade ló jẹ́ kí a mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ àpapọ̀ oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, àwọn náà kójọ, àwọn kan ti ṣe wọ́n rí ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n Honourable Olulade ló pọ̀ gbogbo oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ pátápátá lẹ́rẹ́dò ló ní kó ṣe kan wọ́n fẹ́ máa meet wọ́n lè fẹ́ máa bá a ṣe meeting. Lẹ́yìn eléyìí wọ́n tún ṣe empowerment kan fún wa ní fíìdì ní primary school Pobo tí èrò pọ̀. Dráyà tán fún àwọn oníṣòwò erédò nìkan lọ́jọ́ náà 20 tàdé pín káàkiri tún olúkálùkù dùn
tí ò tiẹ̀ fàjà tí ò ṣe anything.
Orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí, inú mi dùn tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n tún lè bá mi fún ní pọ́ọ̀sì ojú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ. Àwọn oníṣòwò erédò yẹn láwa o.
Wọ́n bá tún ní pọ́ọ̀sì tó tún ju tó wà lọ, wọ́n máa tún ṣe ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Wọ́n ṣe ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tó ń pọ̀ jù wá sílẹ̀.
Tí mo ti ṣe hairdresser lédè mi ti witness irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ rí.
In addition to the publication of Elenio Cares magazine, which is his official constituency feedback, Honourable Olulade was also the first lawmaker in Nigeria to host a constituency feedback radio program, popularly known as Elenio Bode. He's an excellent communicator with high sense of responsibility to the people who entrusted him with the mandate to represent them. To inject sportsmanship amongst the youth of his constituency, Honourable Olulade hosts annual football competition and runs a football club called Elenio Football Club to motivate the youngsters. He established a foundation for the youth, the Elenio Cares Foundation, which provides participatory and scholarship opportunities for the young people. The annual summit held by the Foundation in Ekpe for youths across the state will be reckoned with in many years to come. He mainstreamed participation of young girls in council, which is the biggest event for women of influence in the state.
Though I'm from Surulere constituency, but sometimes I get jealous I'm not from Ekpe constituency, because even personally I can actually say he has imparted a whole lot into my life in terms of leadership, because he's just that kind of person that you wouldn't come to him with any sort of issues and he tells you no.
Honourable Olulade doesn't discriminate anyone regardless of your constituency. For example, I'm not a Lagosian, I'm from Ogun State, but I school in Lagos. But I was able to benefit from Honourable Olulade, who is from Ekpe constituency. So with all this program, we're able to learn outside the four walls of our school.
He has vast international exposures and his diaspora fans are in thousands. Home and abroad, he has received hundreds of awards and honors for his excellent representation and legislative acumen. Some of these awards include Honorary Citizen of the State of Georgia, the Thomas Sankara Leadership Award by ECOWAS Youth Parliament, to mention but a few. His mantra is simple: God is involved, and to him, winning is his culture, because he believes that even a defeat is but just a temporary loss. Honourable Olulade will be remembered for long as a distinguished lawmaker of high repute. He is a family man who is happily married to a very humble and loving engineer, Mrs. Musumola Olulade, and they both have two lovely boys, Oluwaseyi and Oluwafemi.
Understanding your man is important. Knowing the fact that he always wants to do whatever he finds himself doing, do it well. Segun loves to take care of people. Segun likes to be there for people. It's so obvious.
He's widely consulted by the media for his opinions on topical issues. This led to putting his thoughts together as published in his book.
He's a real bridge politician of the 21st century. He is a man of the people, full of ideas and initiatives, bringing the gains of democracy to the grassroots. We looked up to him and he did not let us down. We hope to have many more of his kind to bring Ekpe division to bring Ekpe division to the limelight in the map of Lagos. He is a son to be proud of. We thank God for his life. And I said the last time he did such a thing, I said, if he has two people like Olulade in Ekpe constituency, I think we will move forward.
To the glory of God, this is a closure of a chapter of my life, of 8 good years of dedication, of representation, of lawmaking, of good representation, of dedication, of commitment, of service, of loyalty, of passion that I have put into it to ensure that the good people of Ekpe constituency enjoy the good dividends of democracy. I am proud today, I feel fulfilled today, that at the end of it all, we all have a story to tell. We all have a message to pass across. We all can say that we have done something together. We've made impact in a very unique way, in an unprecedented way. And it can only be possible because God is with us, because God is involved, and because you also have been part of it. I thank every one of you for being part of this journey. It's a journey of accomplishment. It's a journey of achievement. It's a journey of joy. It's a journey of prosperity. It's a journey of good governance and good representation. Thank you all for being there for me.
Let it be said that he came, he served, and will be remembered for his footprints of legacies. Honourable Segun Olulade, the man for many times.